Mabel Cologne, smelly gel fume, separating cell womb to Melly Mel, boom, revelations in braille, respiration in hell, view nations fail and shaking of a snake tail, make do, blazing swords, trays the haze, praise the Lord, saving grace, lace your broad, she say she bored, a crazy straw, ink and stale, dry paraffin, candy corn crap rappers pale by comparison, a bad Samaritan averaging above average men, rants and rants having rambling, savages scavenging, for scraps, perhaps roadkill. If that, gift the gab, and he flowed ill, chrome stiff hat. Note for writing lightning tight lines. Chief and beefing, being off deep ends, divine, bright shines even. Dimes quiet as minds by design, mighty fine. Slight rewind, tightly bind, blind lead blind. Need minds now, that was this is then. Listening to sizzling, official tens whispering him again. Metal face finster, playing with the dirty money. Sinister, don't know what he's saying, but the words be funny. Major vet spaded through the vest with a bayonet. Save your breath, gave a F, pay your debt, they forget. Make a sweat bullets, crime pays no benefits. Then it gets wilder with more childish and degenerates.
3,000 years ago, Moses said, every human being is responsible for his action, or that being is still a beast, not yet human.
Yodel at your uncle flows my motorcycle trunk fools. From 2121 loose crumbs to chunks and bundles. Hands down, better than what your mans used to get. Standing around for where the translucent lucid spit. Missing the wheel, you don't listen, you a field head. Sitting in the kitchen, pissing, twitching, kissing steel lead. Crime pays no dental nor medical unless you catch retirement, county, state, or federal. You heard like roaring waters in a seashell. If a tree fell, you couldn't tell from 3-cell. Be real careful, they tellin' by the airful. Kids doing skid bids, acting out as terrible. Word is bond, fix your clothes, put a shirt on. Pants sagging back when used to meant you had a skirt on. Squirts posing as thuggers and hustlers. El Elo closer than y'all's ball huggers and jugglers. Study your history. Whoever don't, I pity the fool like Mr. T. Knowledge this degree, it ain't no mystery. What you gonna do, what you know is what is to see. And that's more than meets the eyeball. Now who wants to buy a brand new TT Fly call? Alright y'all, fuel speed was breakneck. Faster than the high-speed dual cassette tape deck. The distance was light speed. He went to see a buddy who said he had some white weed in case he might need. It didn't mean much, for in his lean clutch was the elusive Green Dutch. Who that? Kinga, born younger brother, a real live swinger who rock Louis Vuitton pleather. And he walk around like he think he king. Even made the hood rat stop to kiss his pinky ring. Like a soup sandwich on a hand dish. Some say his language was way too outlandish. He did his thing, the spoken of Jake slang to translate Einstein's theory of the Big Bang. Told us, boo boo, I put a spell on you. Stay with me, what we broke, what we well to do. If it don't work, to hell with you. May the doorknob hit you with a poor slob picture. What you thought, you darn skeezer? The G of a Mac and the Steez of a geezer. A true man and loser, she must have caught amnesia. Paid off the 8th grade fade or a Caesar. He was known for his thick skin, part Zimbabwean and part Trini mixed in. Big shot, sold a guy a pound of pig snot. Said it was proven to remove stains and ink spots. Kinky flow, drip down her leg to her pinky toe. Jinky hole, who don't know as much as she thinks she know. One week she stepped to him like a slinky, yo. Wig like a mink, skin soft like Twinkie dough. Then he kissed the queen and told her she be Listerine. Twist the green, it's laced with antihistamine. Enough to make your face up like Mr. Bean. V hit the scene like fuck it, give me a Mr. Clean.
A dark room in the Conrad Hotel. If anyone were in the room, he would see a shadow fall across the window. A hulking figure looms outside it on the fire escape. Pries the window open quietly. He carries a violin case. Steps softly into the room. A man in a strange costume, covered with...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening. Let me know if y'all with me, y'all. Just a couple of things I want to say. I only play the games that I win at and stay the same with more rhymes and its ways to skin cats. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase. With more rhymes and ways to fillet felines in these days. Watch the path of the black one, super villain. He reps clubs to Del in the drunken stupor chillin'. Ready and willing to inadvertently fall that plan of any rhymer, whiner or spoiled brat. Who got more snottier flows and snotty nose and holds mics like he knows karate body blows? Nobody knows the trouble I see from the MPV fly dirty tailing the bubble I-30. For the record, this is some shit I just thought of, y'all. Science fiction that's not admissible in no court of law. I live to rock mics 3D. The only reason I see to stop to snuff the TV. I heard beats that sound like karaoke with monkey rhymers on a leash like don't have this fairy choke me. Hit him with a penny so we could get these peanuts. And I thought we was nuts. I used to get free cuts. They locked Lex Luthor up in Green Haven. Since when a nigga never really been too clean shaven. Misbehaving rap stars need listament. Call me Mr. Bent. I'm at where your sister went. Intelligent, used to write and be well spoke. Now all a nigga wanna do is fight and sell. Tell joke. This could lead to catastrophe. About to stop the violence right after these last 3 shots from the black bat got me at headlock. Holding on to sanity while strands of that dreadlock. She told me get off, I said, bitch, let me set this shit off so I can get rich right quick. Then it hit me like the point of intoxication. Nigga, come out and rock this nation like oxygen facing. A lot of niggas out is rusty like oxidation. In this world's strangest, most dangerous occupation. But you can do it, you the super like in your building villain. Like Trife Kindred and all my children plotting. And it's sure to pay ends with some real mature women's and some more of their friends. When bad men roll tight, it's actual true. Like a pack of big bamboo with natural glue. Who grip necks of Bex to triple X? You just came from 4D, follow the ripple effects. And it'll lead you right to him. Oh snap, it seems you walked into a trap through rap. Zoiks, this place is filled with pretender willies. One false move and get broke off like endophiles. True believers ain't nothing new to crook with special powers like how to tell the future. Rhyme of the month, 2 pages long. Busting off 2 gauges with my cape on wrong. Sun is on, remind me of a Raekwon tape song. With a fleet of super bad to status Ray Dawn charm. Let me know if y'all's with me, y'all. National and Geographic down to the titty ball. Rap Monster Island City, y'all. To all my brothers who is doing unsettling bids, you could've got away if it was not for them meddling kids. Back when I was looser, respect her to this day and never did abuse her. I told her I'll be faithful, but she don't believe me. I probably could have been if I never met Evie. She make me feel all fuzzy inside, it's loco. You won't get nowhere near her if you're broke though. Get with shorty man, finding much thinner. If caught, I get mad time just for touching her. Knock wood, so much for Hymens. So fly, she should be in the sky with diamonds. Little young thing, she like to do the tongue thing. At times, she will play hard to get, front into something. She made me feel like the #1 king. Run into her now, and we still catch a fun fling. Better out in Central Park, that's one side. Had the guard mentally spark, reflect the sunshine. She said you need to stop messing with that white girl. She fucking with your head and got your heart in a tight curl. We messed around once or twice, but she don't know me. She helped me get money at the Dutch Price routine. Plus she's from Colombia, so she really Spanish. Cooking on to make a cat bank account vanish. And Miss Hazy, older woman, mature black. Every time she sees me, I end up getting told back. All she want me to do is blaze it crazy. The only one complains that she make me too lazy. Sugar mommy laced me with the butter navy avy. Just her way to make up for the headaches that she gave me. It's all gravy when I'm done getting my Mac on. Allie is always there to help me get back on.
melodies from birdies that fly and compose you a tune.
Do a deal for kicks and get rich quick. Sketch lyric that's about a nick on some Vic. Ick from the drumstick, come with the dumb stick. Sick slick, hidden in a book. The only way they find it if it's spitting in a hook. Listen, don't look now, keep walking. Traded 3 beans for this cow. Cheap talking, Hawkman, stalking here that we hawking often. Coughing to a coffin, might as well scoff the pork then. He's like Wolf. Some say stronger though, off the top J Strongbow, play along bro. Wear a mask like yo off the gong show, flow slow as Mongo, Don Juan Thong Pro. For your info, when he's not practicing Jim Crow, or actress in some nympho bimbo. He's playing Ray J, the old tape, doing well, what can I say, like JJ in a gold cape. Fill it to the rim like brim, villain and you won't find him in no gym. Probably a foggy bog with the frogs with a dot on a guard as he squat on a log. Half cocked and half baked. Used to keep a full stock of work, half rocked and half shake.
I will build you a castle with a tower so high till it reaches the moon. I'll gather melodies from birdies that fly and compose you a tune.
My mistake, sign a track agreement for more G's than lines and cracks in the cement. In any event, it's fake like wrestling. Get 'em like Jake the Snake on mescalines. Elixir for the dry throat, tried to hit the high note. Villain sister Itsy Bitsy's eye go by remote. Sending the meat wagon, bragging MCs packed in with their feet dragging. These stats are staggering. Had his PhD in indiscreet street haggling. Villain, his agenda is clear. Ending this year with dividends to spare here. It's not meant for the seeing. Went through the ceiling after entering his center being. A new meaning to sales through the roof. Guaranteed raw as source truth is truth proof.
I will build you a castle with a tower so high till it reaches the moon. I'll gather melodies from birdies that fly and compose you a tune.
It's the return of the tramp who do a duet jam when Ernest goes to camp for the right urn. Nah, I mean like burn. We need some more oil for the machines to burn. Learn. Jiminy Crickets, he gets lucky like winning free tickets off sickly lyrics. One man's waste is another man's soap. Son's fan base know the brother man's dope. A real weirdo with a bug rear flow. And the way his hair grow was ugly as a scarecrow. He was a mask so the charge won't grab. On a rooftop with a large stone slab. Heads up, talk white and thought niggerish. Refused to walk tight and got his off the vigorous. Black licorice and equally as yucky. How he handled the money was strictly Dan Stucky. Monkey hustle, man on fire. Later for the date than the Hadron Collider. And cost more, it be seeming like a style. Doom leave the competition steaming like a pile. Smile, ding. Sparkling jewels, in effect like alternate side of the street parking rules. Fools, the roach was never dead. Live for a week, then dehydrate with a severed head instead.
I will build you a castle with a tower so high till it reaches the moon. I'll gather melodies from birdies that fly and compose you a tune.
Tripping off the beat kinda, dripping off the meat grinder. Heat niner, pimping, stripping, soft, sweet minor. China was a neat signer, trouble with the script digits. Double dip, bubble lip, subtlest midget. Borderline schizo, sorta fine tits though. Porter wine, order grind, 8:45, let's go. Ever since 10-11, glad she made a brethren. Then his last down, 7 alligator, 7 at the gates of heaven knocking. No answer, slow dancer, hopeless romancer. Dopest flow stanzas, yes, no, villain. Metal face to Destro, guess so. Still incredible in escrow. Just say ho, I'll test the yayo. Wild West style fest, y'all best to lay low. Hey bro, day glow, set the bet, pay dough. Before the cheddar get away, best to get Mako. The worst hated god and perpetrated odd favors demonstrated in the perforated rod labors. In all quad flavors. large savers. Still back in the game like Jack LaLanne. Think you know the name, don't rack your brain. On a fast track to half sane, either in a slow beat or that's the speed or at the cane. Laughter, pain, doing songs lit in the booth with the best host, doing bong hits on the roof in the West Coast. He's at it again, mad at the pen, glad that we win. A tad fat in a bad hat for men. Grind the cinnamon, Manhattan warmongers. You can find the villain in satin. Gongas, the van screeches, the old man preaches about the gold sand beaches. The cold hand reaches for the old tan Elises. Jeez.
We know on Venus that these Earthlings are going to shoot this thing into the sky almost to space. If they do that, it will stay there and spin round and round their planet just as their moon does.
And prepared as you ordered. But how did you get permission to return to New York, Master?
Through the efforts of a pompous, misguided...
Jump into a conclusion, just stunt your evolution. Like the trees dumped into some dust blunt fusion. A whole cocktail of mine, chemicals to real time. It's all good as long as you ain't inhaling swine. Dear decline, scared money makes none. Take one, be sure to flush before the jakes come. Oh shark, specialty is flow art. Smart, but go in circles like a go-kart. Yeah, don't start, make them have to finish. Just bounce like gold diggers, once the dough diminish. Phony, it gets lonely at the finish. Yo. You see, some deal dope, others steal hope. What's revealed is in a certain field, growth. Yellow moist mushes, banana peel coat. At worst, could not be confused with real soap. Nope, you see, disaster is intended. In the face of truth, don't ever be offended. Overstand the past to get a grasp of the present. I make it faster than you spend it. End it.
Good was evident.
Due to jet lag, good afternoon, or is that night? Militants speak proper, some airheads say they act white. Cat's flight, red good, so he tends to pack light. Got jokes, but usually don't engage in no snap fight. Could be considered a waste confronting snakes on the backbite. Detrimental to culture that they like sight. Ass wipe, catch him on stage, mad hype. With a trash mic, month later in the gutter, glass pipe and a flashlight. Looking around for something, he's still scurry. Bewildered, incite riots, minds going blurry. It wasn't really shit to say, much to their chagrin or dismay. The licks had him on the ropes, then he made a big mistake and hit the hay. Went home and hit the day. Burned the midnight oil and flipped the shit a different way. Disaster, time is a component. Setting fire to rappers in a monumental moment. And the game's potent. It's like a never-ending quotient. A minute ago, it was smiles and hugs. Now where the fuck the dough went? He's so bent, it's like he set the shit straight again. Bombs from the dropping, he ain't even close to saying when. But villain. Nothing ever stolen. What's given is a blessing. Think the universe owe him. Got faith in the vessel, but no one to keep rowing. Yeah, and get about your own way with delivering the poem. Those are things they do, don't know 'em. No different than a squad of birds ready to blow 'em. Sorry, Charlie, get back up on your Harley. Wouldn't lose a draw, plus beat you at Atari. Drop their ass deep in some far-off safari. Probably even got the answer to who the hell are we? Metal face squadron, tell a real one, shalom. In a calm tone, bomb tone.
What do you see?
Why, it's not the real Picasso. This is a poor copy. The real Picasso must be found.
He moves the crowd like a cursor on Zoom. No curse words doom. The worst church nerd first heard. Appeared blurred to a million true believers. He is the supervillain arms dealer to the divas. Catch amongst underworld scandals. Butter pearl handles to match your girl's sandals. Plan was hatched by a pack of old vandals. Whose flag was a black and gold patch with bloody anvils. Hit him to the head was the motto. And one more time to make sure them dead. Blocko. When you throw blows in a knife fight, Paco. It's how it goes in this modern life like Rocco. clock go, 24/7 cycle. When it comes to flows, he got more than a mic full. Pull abroad like a dyke bull on a long bid. Messing with the wrong kids, Michael. It ain't Jack, son, for him to flip scripts like camera, action, villain. Raw by the laws of attraction for future generations' information. The black one. Move the crowd like a Buddha cloud, the purple. Puff, puff, pass round the circle. A jerk well renowned for his work skill, he's out. The proof is the computer's down, Urkel. MC a show via Wi-Fi. Paid way before we wrap it up like tie-dye. Hip-hop sci-fi, you can see he had the eye of the tiger through the mask like the Fry Guy. Just made a baby home ec dome check, left some folks' ancestors home wrecked with blown backs. These lesser known facts toward evil. They got no reason, like short people. No offense, his feet was burnt brass. Whenever he walked on the street, it turned glass. On his lucky rat's paw in the crap drawer. All the world's a stage, where's the trap door? Slack jaw, logic to keep your mind in the project. Drop the check, his job is to chop neck. That's just payback for noses, no sight though. What they don't know, like Bo. Won't hurt diddly squat. Got to be kidding me, not seriously plot. Put a hit out on the G-spot. Drip like Egypt out their kettles and their teapot.
Round metal ball here. Mr. Gilligal. We can watch them work through this little window and they won't see us.
Oh, now, Igor.
Don't split, clown bum, your gold hit sound dumb. Hold it now, crown them. Where you found them at, got them round town. Could've drowned in it, would've floated, bloated, voted, sugar-coated, loaded, hip shooter. Draw for the poor, free coffee at the banks. Through the scrawl, none more for me, thanks. That blanks the roar, that dank sure stank lit. Sank past the pit for more hardcore prank spit. Crank it on blast, roll past Front Street. Blew the whole spot like some old ass with skunk meat. These kids is too fast, juiced off a junk tree. Who could get looser off a crunk or a funk beat?
Something is starting today. Where did it go? Why you want it to be? Where you know November has come. It's gone.
Like a spigot. My guess is yes you can, like can I kick it wicked? Lick a shot if you happy and you know it as you clap your hands to the thick snot of a poet flowing. Rope a pen and I'm in. Colt Hyman, dope a rhyming, more worth than the whole diamond acquired off the black market. A wiretapping couldn't target a jar spit, the rapid fire spark lit. Zit. A rapper bug zapper, and it don't matter after if there's a thug or dapper. Plug your trap or it's maximum exposure. The beast got family members asking them for closure. Send them a gun and tell them clean it. Then go get the nun who said her son didn't mean it. She wore a filled-in thong or Billabong and said, nah, for real, I'm a gorilla John.
Something is starting today. Where did it go? Why you want it to be? Where you know November has come. It's gone away.
I should like to say it was done for the true lovers of art who appreciate the work of a genius. If this arch criminal had gotten away with the painting, its loss would have been felt by posterity.
Not a lot of bling when he do the thing, bada boom, bada bing. From the womb to the tomb, get that ricotta, bada bing, bada boom. Doom, your reputation precedes you. Wait till you crack and see what we do, you dweeb you. No pun intended, takes one to know one will know. It's unscented. Yo son, to mention what I'm said it from the other time. Before everybody and they mother rhyme. what a crime. Beats is the same way. Make 'em wanna hit the streets with heat for a lame's pay. Game day, flag on the play and proper helmet. Drag on the sway from the gem, drop a well spit. He didn't listen. Titty kissing, the city glisten. Depending on from what position you're sitting in the pissy wind. It's this thin whistling. Who let the spinning whispering gin in? The villain again? Without a doubt. That's his name, don't play it out or spray it when you say it out your mouth. Then gave him a cold shoulder for an hour and told him take a gold shower for faking funk soul power. Stocky, short and cocky, looked like Apollo Creed after he fought with Rocky. Rhymed in the broken English slang, not cockney. 13, his first queen walked hot knock me. Had to tell her pops, yo, stop cock blocking, B. Hold something for your daily yay habit. And go, bada bing, bang, bang like Ricochet Rabbit. How about the sicko say stab it? It's liquor in the cabinet and a slicker for the crab pit. And Heineken, I told him, much obliged, friend. What I gotta spend if I only touch her thighs then? Why his eyes widened? He didn't know your man had a nice surprise hiding. Took pride in riding in a sly wise guy grin. Real recognize real. On the microphone the wheels are mechanized still. Please, at least respect your ideals. How you gotta walking along the stroll in high heels. He said her mama was getting old. God bless her poor soul. Now no more drama, it's your role. Straight to the head. We know a lot of haters can't wait till he dead. Led to go like a hoe to a strange whack housewife. Only thing he know is change his back door. How trife. Rules is rules, don't go there. Stay on sale like an old coat made of mohair. Keep a snotty chicken on E, the Lone Ranger. Why everybody always picking on danger? And doom, maybe it's him. Called up my lady, told her baby it's slim. Make me up a margarita, I need to take a swim. Tell them kids remember school. If they let them out, cool. But get the hell from out the pool. Then pretend they don't know when we know it's xenoestrogen. Exercise the gin, keynote, lecture with a spin. Meant to get C notes from end to end. Whoever use canola oil, your soul will boil. For a longer time and take a diet cola to spoil. I get what you're selling. Swelling from alien microfilaments to small gallons. Even if you're gelling, what's that in your melon? And what the hell is they spraying? No telling. Barium, strontium, aluminum. Well, drink responsibly, get the truth from dooming them. Can't trust the tap water, much less the kettle. A double entendre to the phrase, test your metal. The rest is settle, just to get fed well. As the living dead infect the red cell. Don't drink the milk, it's spoiled. The blood and stuff in it make it stinks, why it's boiled. Snake oil sales, doorbell doctors slip Mickeys. Trick you to strip to get chipped quickly. Pick me, you know it's getting worse. No help being upset, starting to curse first. Better off with a good sense of humor. Research to know what's the truth instead of rumor. Your partner doom is who will ride, or either do or die. Like farmer suicide, chew your pride. Might as well start them out in pro boxing. And force feeding them toddler food laced with excitotoxin. They did it like the funky worm, enough to make a junkie squirm. Mice making monkey sperm, or rice infused with diarrhea drugs. Wonder why his hair, well, shrug. Hell's yeah, it's bugged. And it gets bugged about a minute. Question, will the Franken foods kill us, or turn us into things off Thriller, or dang gorillas? Breeds of a needless variety. In the name of greed, we get a seedless society. Flounder jeans in your tomatoes, cod in your potatoes, playing God retarded than Play-Doh. And as the juice gets sweeter, no use in being cute if you's a useless heater. Make it hard to keep your mattress clean. That was mean. Little froggies with sex changes for atrazine and aspartame and gum. Splendor is plenty fun. Left many strung. Agenda 21. Had your third eye cry or your side blown. Ride on. Got to sign the guide stone. Yours truly, all caps tone. Zoom if you're gloomy or boom to your tune. Pet-ock, straight to the head with the pet rock. At least till I can get from out this booth, it's like a sweatbox. Trade a few bars of head nodding, throw us a stack. Pay a minute, sold up like thread and bobbin bonus pack. Invest in the first B-boy kid show. Live off Skid Row with Job talking Negroes. He wear his beard like a frizzly haired grizzly and kept his appearances exquisitely rare. Where is he? Busy in your backyard or on your front porch, or standing in the corner of the club with the blunt torched. It's off. They say he rhymed like he's starving and sold odds and bodkins to old gods and goblins. Golly, a just a pest and your worst best friend who mend and rip space-time fabric like polyester blend. Not a hobby for no knobby, need less for men or sloppy like the rest of them, then probably need estrogen. Yo. If I'm not working or putting working, I'm either wheeling and dealing or probably jerking my listening to nothing, taking no suggestions or destructive criticism that can't improve on perfection. Rockin' crowd and sections on a good night, the host fight. Always get the dough first and everything else goes right. At least that's what they say. And who the fuck is they? Make a hick say, what the hey? Talk that shit from sick bay. Ensign, he should have asked his upperclassmen before he bust glass and never trust no Kardashians. Captain Dog Supplemental. The Klingons are now aboard the Enterprise rental vessel. On my cue, photon torpedo. Oh, and if I'm out on the block with Hornito and so on for the street though, smoking Pondelito, I'm joking on the fact that hip-hop has gone freak show. Don't let the drama get you in the only genre of music where the fans shoot the messenger. Bitch niggas talk behind your back like a catcher. Either MYOB or BYO stretcher. In that order, man, woman, son, daughter. The beat sound like it's underwater, make it from the slaughter. Even if you hear some whack shit, you never give a chance. Some shit sound like all you can do off it is river dance. It's not a hobby, don't be sloppy. Doing deals with these labels is likened to a botched robbery. Nobody's supposed to get bodied. Golly, this shit is like a father about the cold flip problem. It's not me, he got an ill spills, not Brooklyn on. But even though kids kill, they still chill and look calm. While working on new developments for the book bomb. In one bad experiment, it blew and took a hooker arm. Vow, look mom, no hands. You study black magic for years out in no man's land. It's like a barbecue, all swine cookout. To fuck up their plans like a blind man lookout. Cram to overstand it, peep it and absorb it. The same way he keeps all the planets in their proper orbit. Norbit, y'all better off going corporate. Nobody wanna hear that bullshit, it's too morbid. It's no Prince, he hold the mic with a mic glove and rolls dolo from state to state like Ike Love. Like on top of the world, loose and keep it gully. Rap creeps seem to got too much juice in their belly. It's why they brung B, he's still hungry. To spit something thick on the mic like a lungy. Mind your daughter, she online for the water. To get lucky like when she found a quarter, kinda sorta. Remember me, dog, clean Tim's with Emery board. He only came to save the game like a memory card. Ooh, shrewd, a lot of crews is too rude. And it's way too many, let's not and say we do dudes. He said 24/7 I be on call. He uses vacation days to watch Babylon fall, numbskulls. Get to step in they dumb dull. How he rep the mic is like the weapon from Crow. Cats be like, what's wrong with your man, Black? Biohazard suit and Van Grax with an anthrax. G's and can't get no peace. Born blazing sword for the police, road beast. Cold cheese, write a rhyme like a book report. Sell it to a rookie, you could tell by the hook he bought. You ain't know he sell hooks and choruses. They couldn't bang slang if they looked at thesauruses. It's like a friendly game of dodgeball. Oddball guards always play the garage wall. With the Stan Smith's checkerboard lace and the brand new If. They ain't checked the broad waist. You saw his face. So who next to get their neck chopped or pop like a Bex top? Respect the drop. It's too much.
time, man?
Much more, guys. Like free HBO for a month.
No.
Free HBO. Free HBO. Can I also mention it's free?
Prove it.
Just hand me the coupon, guys.
Here we go. Whoa!
Buy any Bigfoot pizza and get a free trial month of HBO. Just mail in the coupon.
Well, back to you, Jen. Who are you?
Bigfoot pizza, a legendary value.
Fun never stops when you play with Better Blocks. Why? Because they move. Watch how they bend, shape, and curve to create hours of fun for everyone. And that's not all. These Lego blocks build square shapes that don't bend or move, but just snap on Better Block connectors like this and create movable, bendable fun. Make a Lego castle a better castle, a Tyco plane a better plane, a bulldozer that works, and a monster that lurks. A princess's crown, a necklace, a ring, just about anything.
When my kids got their Better Blocks, they pulled their old blocks out of the closet and started playing with them all over again.
Let your children's imagination take flight. Parents, order the complete 170-piece Better Block set for your child today for $19.95.
Sometimes Surfer Babe, because Coors Light is the official beer of Halloween and the parties at the beach. Malibu Beach, where you can hang ten. Look, Frankie and Annette. And of course, when it's time to chill, just reach for that cooler of Coors Light. Aged ice cold, never frozen stiff. It's the right beer now for Halloween. Just look for the silver bullet smooth display and dig up your friends now for a party at the beach. Happy Halloween, dudes.
My hair looks bad. My dog moved away. My life was as bland as your average chicken sandwich. Then I tried McDonald's new McGrilled chicken. Now this was different.
A marinated chicken breast with Monterey Jack, sweet red onions, tangy herb dressing on a bakery roll. Well, things